The Selfish Path to Romance. Download Chapter 1 for free at drkenner.com.
Laura, you have a question about a romantic relationship?
Yes, I wanted to know, I'm dating somebody, and I'm bipolar, and I have obsessive-compulsive disorder.
Okay.
And I'm really having a hard time with this relationship because he feels that I'm putting him on a pedestal. We've only been going together for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is, like, the man for me. Even, you know, he's got all the qualities I look for in a mate. And I feel that I've had several meltdowns in front of him, just, you know, I don't want you to leave me and such. And I feel that, you know, I would not be able to find anybody else better than him, because nobody else put up with my, you know, with my emotional outbursts. And,
okay.
You know.
There's one person I wish wouldn't put up with your emotional outbursts. Guess who it is?
Myself.
Yes, don't take it as if it's a stamp on you for life that you're bipolar and OCD and you have to be that way for life. You don't enjoy those moments when you feel inadequate, insecure, you try to overcompensate and try to put on a happy face. Nobody likes those moments. Nobody likes the moments when they're OCD. What do you do with your OCD? Are you counting or praying or checking?
I think it may be normal. I feel the need to tell somebody, like, everything, be honest with them. And especially this person, because he's in my life.
Okay,
like,
but what is your what OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder? What are you doing that's obsessive? What are you obsessing about? What would I observe?
About this relationship.
Okay, I hear that. So when you say OCD, you're not germ phobic, worried about germs. You're not checking or counting a million things.
I do check. I am controlled with medicine. But I feel like if I don't tell them, I feel really guilty.
Okay, the big lifetime gift you can give yourself is to get cognitive therapy. Have you tried therapy at all? Cognitive therapy?
A counselor.
Is it a cognitive therapist will teach you thinking skills that can help you they can help you deal with the bipolar in a way that you minimize it or you make it non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
You can learn, depending on your motivation. Some people don't want to put in the effort for therapy, and then they suffer their whole lives tragically because, man, the effort pays off in self-esteem. And you can't get any better than that. If you put it forth the effort to understand yourself, to introspect, to see what's driving you, you're going to like yourself better. And if you have a better relationship with yourself, you're going to be a much better partner for this guy or for any other guy. And he may be putting up with your breakdowns right now, but you tell me that isn't going to wear on him in a short while?
Hey, I got to interrupt this because we've got to pay some bills. 30 seconds, that's it. A very quick ad, and then Ellen will be back.
Romance. I wish I knew more about what girls want from a relationship. Boy, I wish I knew more about what I want. Where's that ad I saw? Here it is. The Selfish Path to Romance, a serious romance guidebook. Download Chapter 1 for free at selfishromance.com and buy it at amazon.com. The Selfish Path to Romance. That is interesting.
You tell me that isn't going to wear on him in a short while?
Yeah.
And it's wearing on you. So you did say something at the outset, Laura. You said that the word you used was a 4-letter word. I just feel he's the right man for me. You said that earlier on?
He has a lot of the qualities that I look for in a man. And I guess I've said to him several times without even realizing it that you're perfect. And he doesn't want to be put on a pedestal. And that's not how I'm trying to make him feel, but any of the qualities I look for in him before, he's been able to soothe me, not been able to soothe me. And this man, it's okay. He's nurturing.
Okay.
Basically.
He's nurturing, and again, people can be caretakers. I know when my husband's had multiple operations, and at the beginning of an operation, guess how nurturing and caring I am?
Not at all.
Enormously. At the beginning.
Oh.
But day 12, when I need to get him his crutches, guess how caring and nurturing I feel inside?
You're probably fed up.
You start to burn out. Anyone who's a caretaker for a long time starts to burn out, and you've probably seen that with friendships in your own life if you've had the bipolar and the obsessive compulsive disorder. So the gift to yourself is absolutely cognitive therapy. With a good cognitive therapist, find someone that you connect with. You can always go to my website, drkenner.com, and find the link to the cognitive therapy website, and put in your zip code, and you can find a therapist all over the country, a cognitive therapist.
Okay.
So that's the treatment of choice. In fact, there's one cognitive therapist, Corey Newman, Newman, who specializes in bipolar, and he is absolutely phenomenal. Now, he may not be in your neck of the woods, but you could certainly gain a lot of knowledge to treat yourself. But the point, I want to go back to the point on feelings, Laura.
Mm-hmm.
Feelings are not necessarily based on facts. You've probably heard people say, I just feel like I'm going to win the lottery. I just feel it.
Right.
I wish I could see you now. What are the chances of them winning?
Not very likely.
Not very likely, almost zero, right? So
you want to
feeling...
be positive, but yeah.
It's good to be positive, but that's irrational positive is not good.
Exactly.
And it sounds like you have a little bit of a desperate feel. I don't want you to leave me, which means that sometimes we put people on a pedestal when we want to hold on to them. We try to make them feel so good about themselves and they're so special and give them that visibility when we're really not fact-checking. And he may feel uncomfortable because let's say that I said that you are the perfect person, Laura. What goes through your mind?
I'm not perfect.
Exactly. Do you know that goes through everyone's mind, or almost everyone, unless they're narcissistic?
Maybe to that person that I am, but I know that,
Right, if someone...
I feel only God is perfect,
Well, I don't have a God in my life. I'm totally pro-reason, pro-happiness, pro-success, I'm anti-unearned guilt. So if you want to value your own mind, then I recommend the cognitive therapy. But the point about feelings is, do you know that you can understand your own feelings? Are you aware of that at all?
No, not really.
Okay. You can, when you feel sad, that means there's a loss. When you feel anxious, that means there's uncertainty or self-doubt that you're dealing with. When you feel angry, it means that something's unfair. That's a quick teaser. I know we're at the end of time here, but that's a teaser to say, go get some cognitive therapy books. You can go to my website too, drkenner.com, and find Mind Over Mood. And I wish you the best with that. I hope you change your relationship with yourself, and then you'll find a good man.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Laura.
And here's a little more from Dr. Kenner.
He can't think for himself.
She's right. Do you guys know what I did to get in here?
That was you?
And the bizarre thing is that I did it for my old man. I tortured this poor kid because I wanted him to think that I was cool. He's always going off about, when he was in school, all the wild things he used to do. And I got the feeling that he was disappointed that I never cut loose on anyone, right?
So think about that. Think about not a parent who wants you to emulate the best in the parent. Say the parent's a success and the parent wants you to achieve your own success. Obviously not the success as designed by them, but your own personal success and whatever you love doing that brings you happiness and is obviously reasonable to do. But what if your parent had a sketchy background and they want you to emulate not the best in them, but the worst? They want you to beat up on kids. They want you to have a wild, drug-ridden life. And they seem to only accept you if you destroy your own mind, your own passion, your own joy of living. And they put you down if you do well in school. this is not obviously a healthy situation, and you don't want to get trapped in that type of a situation. If you have someone in your life who's putting you down because of your success and brags about their own unsuccess, their own lack of success, think again. You need to get some skills as to how to deal with that type of a situation.
For more Dr. Kenner podcast, go to drkenner.com and please listen to this ad. Here's an excerpt from The Selfish Path to Romance, the Serious Romance Guidebook by clinical psychologists Drs. Kenner and Locke.
A repressed lover's lack of passion will undermine the entire emotional tone of the relationship. Who wants to make love to a robot? Repression can be difficult to cure and usually requires the help of a trained professional. The roots of repression often lie in an unhappy childhood full of pain, during which the child, usually subconsciously, decides to block off the psychological pain by refusing to feel anything. This helps the child get through the painful times, but not without cost. Some people are passionless for other reasons. They may be shallow individuals with no independent, deeply held values at all. Such people are not promising as romantic partners.
You can download Chapter 1 for free by going to drkenner.com and buy it at amazon.com.